Do you want me to pause it?
Is it not paused right now?
Nope.
All right, hey everyone, it's Angela Silva here, and I am with Nancy in Nashville. Kid group. It's fine though, like, okay, composure. We were so excited for this chance to meet in person to collaborate on a video. So we're doing a two-part video. The first part's on Nancy's channel, and we're just doing a Q&A with each other. So go to Nancy's video. I'll put the information link up here and link to her channel in the description. So go over to Nancy's channel and you can watch the first part of this video where I answered the first 5 questions. And now I am going to interview Nancy and ask her the other 5 questions, but I will be answering them as well. So, are you ready, Nancy?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Let's go. The first question I have to ask you, I want to know what your favorite part of working online is. What is it?
My favorite part is the fact that you can earn money working from home. I think that it's so cool. Like when I was in high school, was it a thing? I don't know. I feel like it was a dream, or like it wasn't. I remember hearing, like when I was growing up, there's going to be jobs that you don't even know exist when you're older. Hello YouTube.
Yeah, right?
Okay. It's just so cool. I love that I can work online and I'm able to teach students across the world. It's just technology and all that good stuff. It just brings a whole new world, and I love it. I think it's so fun.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's one of my favorite parts too. I remember work-at-home jobs when I was in high school, was like pampered chef. Like my mom would go to like a pampered chef party, but in your economics class, like that wasn't like the career that you wrote down on your paper, you wrote your essay about. Like I want to have pampered chef parties. Not that that's a bad hobby or anything, or a bad side gig, but making an actual career where you can set your own schedule and work from home, and it's flexible, and you don't have to carry inventory like that if you don't want to. And teaching is so rewarding. I was in my video with Nancy, I talked about I think it's surreal sometimes when I'm sitting there talking to a kid in China, seeing his like mom in the background and talking about what he ate, like in real time. I'm having this conversation with this little kid in China. It's crazy and it's so rewarding. And like you said about YouTube, these skills are so valuable. This is a new thing. Like we're learning very valuable skills with ed tech and YouTube. Anyway, it's an amazing field to be in, and it's growing, so it's a good time to be in it. So
yeah.
So Nance, what's your least favorite part about working online?
So my least favorite comes to, I was so happy to be able to work from home, but there's a happy like medium. You just really I have to be in check with not like intermingling, because when I have my computer and my classroom at home, and I also have my home responsibilities with cleaning the house, taking care of my kids, when I try and like get my work done and then the kids are coming in, it doesn't always work. Or when I'm trying to take care of the kids, my work's pinging at me, phone's pinging, this is pinging. It's very easy to kind of not set boundaries. So I would encourage you, if you are trying to work from home, trying to build your hours, trying to do more there, set boundaries. And you're going to be so much more productive if you have a set amount of time when you are working on your business, working on your teaching, working on what you want to do from home, and instead of trying to mix and intermingle.
I would say my least favorite part is the same thing. When you get to set your own schedule like that, it's awesome. But if things do go wrong or a kid comes rushing in, I will be honest and say I have lost my patience and gotten really frustrated that I'm being interrupted at this time that I set myself. But learning to be flexible, I think, is one of the biggest challenges I've had, is setting those boundaries. And you don't have that problem when you're leaving for work. Your kids don't follow you and run into your office when you're driving to somewhere else. So that's one of the hardest parts about working from home, is setting those boundaries and having grace and patience when things change, being flexible. But that's also the perk of working from home. If something's not working, you could change it. All right, my kids are waking up too early, time to move up my hours. You know what I mean? So that's my least part, is that like self-discipline, and that always, you kind of got to be on your toes, right?
It's true. Always have to check. And the kids always find you.
They do. And they always need something, like right when you hit record. They're like, Mom, open my fruit snacks. Where's your dad? Oh yeah, forgot he knows how to open fruit snacks, right? Like, why? Oh, hashtag mom life.
It's so true.
All right. Oh. So Nancy, what drives your work? What's your motivation behind what you do?
Okay, a big driver for me, I know we talk about our kids so much.
We love our kids.
But a big driver, on my channel I talked about how I want to be a model for my kids, but another thing that drives me is I think it is very rewarding to set a goal and to accomplish it. Once you accomplish that goal, you set a bigger goal. So when you set goals, it's the beginning of the year, you're setting goals for personal life, for maybe your brand, your business, whatever your goal is. Once you hit it, it's not the end. You continue to make a bigger goal. And I would say that that's so rewarding, is to be able to set goals and reach them. It's been really good.
Yeah, that's not something I've ever thought about before. But I remember talking to you like a long time ago when we were figuring out taxes like 2 years ago. And I hadn't ever made 6 figures, but I was kind of close that year. And I thought, I'm going to set that for my goal for the next year. And then I hit it like, and then there was more of the year left, and I don't think I never thought, I didn't even know if that was possible, but I never thought about what I would do after I hit that goal. And it's not like you just stop working, like, all right, there's some time left in the year, but I hit it, so time to retire for the year. You know what I mean? So then it just gets your mind thinking about like, what's next? Wow, I did it, I have this potential in me. I think that's a cool thing of working from home too, is like, you get to set those goals. Like nobody else is telling you and limiting you. You're your own boss, you get to decide, you know.
It's kind of like I've heard the analogy, you're in a box. So when you choose maybe a career that the box is pretty small, like you reach out and you hit the limits, you hit the ceiling, you hit the side. But online, you have such a big box. I don't think I'll ever hit the edge where I know everything and I've hit the max on everything. So you just have such a big box and so many opportunities to find different revenue avenues. Is that a thing?
Yeah, revenue avenues. And it rhymes.
Yes, revenue avenues. You just have so many opportunities for growth. It's so cool.
Yeah, that's one of my motivating factors. The overall, and I mentioned this in Nancy's for me, is definitely that lifestyle where I'm still providing and setting that example for my daughter, my kids. I don't want them to ever think that, you know, kids can hinder your professional progress, your personal goals, that, you know, no matter what life throws at them, whatever situation, they can always grow and set goals, but also that I'm there for them while they're little, as they grow, whenever they're at crossroads in their life, that they know they can go to mom's there, I can be present in their lives all the time. And you don't have to sacrifice one or the other for success in either aspect of your life. You don't have to sacrifice your family life to be successful professionally. You don't have to sacrifice having a professional life and a career to have a family. And I think that's really hard for a lot of people to grasp, but it's kind of new. I mean, this whole remote work, like we said, it wasn't around in high school, but it's attainable. And I think that's really important to show the world that you can prioritize your families and still have professional success.
You remind me one more thing. I listened to Chalene Johnson. She talks a lot about, she's a fitness guru, but she talks a lot about business, and that's kind of her brand now. And she talked about how when your kids are watching a show and you're saying, I have to work on this, you guys watch the show, and I'm going to go, like your family's doing a family video at night or something, they're watching a show, and you have to work on your computer. You're not going to get that moment back to just sit there and hold your babies. And she's like, that is the most important thing, not your computer. It can wait. And that's so true, because I am so guilty of that. I have to finish this. Okay, you guys are entertained. I'm going to go miss out on this family time. So I think it's so important to have those priorities and just be in check.
Yeah, time is the only resource you can never get more of. You can get more money, you can get another job, you can buy new furniture. You know, everything around us was once money, and that was once time. I say that all the time, every chance I get, because once I heard that, it just hit me so hard. I'm never going to get that time back. So that's just always in the back of my mind. All right, Nancy, what is the best advice you have for teachers, maybe new teachers who are just starting out, excited about the potential for growth? What's your advice for them?
My best advice is, so with Angela and I both work with a lot of new teachers, so we hear a lot of the questions and concerns, and I would say the biggest thing is that they are scared, you're nervous, you're worried that you're not going to do something right, and there's a lot of information out there. It's overwhelming, it's really overwhelming. So I would say my biggest tip is to keep it simple and to move forward. Instead of letting fear keep you from applying for VIP Kid or starting to move forward in any goal, or maybe you want to start a YouTube channel and you're too worried. You're a new teacher, you want to open up a class, but you're too worried. Just keep it simple, have the basics done, and move forward. Just do it. and you'll notice it wasn't actually that scary. Building up to it was the scariest part. Opening up that slot, just building up to it was the scariest part.
That's true. That's my advice. I think the keep it simple is so important. I actually had someone email me, and I'm gonna do a whole video on this, but she talked about, I'm not sure if this is for me because this is so overwhelming. When I go on YouTube or Instagram and I start looking at VIP Kid or other ESL companies, there is so much. There's green screens and Google Slides and apps, and I cannot wrap my head around all of this. And I said, whoa, I don't even do a lot of that. I can't figure that out, but just keep it simple. Get into your classroom and look at the lesson. Get physical props around your house and just start teaching the way it was in your interview, the way it was in your mock class. That's really all you need to do. It's all I really do. I'm not into digital props and stuff. I use Google Slides, but don't pretend I didn't say that. Don't go look into that. You just really need to keep it simple. But as you grow and get more comfortable, you'll find that a lot of people have started these side avenues, revenues, because it correlates with their hobbies or their needs, or somebody who's really into design can design these rewards. Some people are good with online merchandising and create shirt shops. I mean, there's really something for everyone within the community of VIP Kid, but just starting out, it can be overwhelming. So just keep it simple when you're starting out. Get those bookings, keep your classes simple. Don't spend a lot of time and money prepping because that will burn you out too. Keep it simple and grow steadily.
Such good advice. And we work with a lot of new teachers.
Yes.
So just know, just move forward. Don't worry about it. And if you miss a class, if you have a teacher no-show, it's not the end of the world.
It happens to everyone,
yes.
I promise.
Yes, it does. Just move forward.
Okay, my last question for Nancy, because Nancy is launching an online course. She's grown in so many tremendous ways, and I know she does a lot of self-work and professional development. So I want to know, Nancy, your favorite books or podcasts or resources for people who are looking to grow professionally, maybe in other ways.
The Betterish podcast. I do. I love her podcast. It's so good. We talk about how it's important to fill your mind with positive content and things that drive you, because when you have a low spot or a point in time when you're not feeling at your best, you can recall back on that information, something I heard before, but if you're not putting that into your mind, if you're not putting it in, how can you recall it at a time of need? So make sure that you're putting that content in there. Some podcasts that I've been listening to, some that are just feel goods are awesome with Allison. I love her podcast. She just pumps me up, makes me feel good, and makes me realize, like, I love how she's just real. You realize, hey, everyone's not perfect. Everyone else also wants to scream at their kids when they've had a bad night's sleep or haven't eaten lunch or whatnot. But it just makes me feel better. And another one that I do for the business side of things, I love listening to Amy Porterfield. She teaches about, do you listen to her? You like her?
Yeah.
She's good. She talks about marketing. She says her podcast is called Marketing Made Easy. Online Marketing Made Easy.
Yeah,
I listen to it all the time. I don't know how.
I follow her on Instagram more. I've only listened to one of her podcasts, but I follow her on Instagram because she does good IGTVs and stories and
so she teaches you about how to just market yourself, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, and then she teaches you how to create courses. So I listen to a lot of hers as well. With another podcast, I talked about Shalene Johnson. That's where I hear those stories. She has a podcast as well that she does with her son, Brock Johnson. Love those. And then the books. Did you say books?
Yeah.
Okay, books. The one I just finished was Rachel Hollis. Have you read Rachel Hollis?
The Girl Wash Your Face, or Girl Stop Apologizing?
Stop Apologizing.
I have not read it, but
have you read the other one?
No, but everybody raves about them.
I know. I had never read them, but then I just listened to them, just like as if I was doing my podcast. So I just plugged in the book, got it on Audible. So while I'm driving, while I'm walking, anything. It was just like a pump me up. It made you feel like, as a woman, I have these goals and I can go for them, and I shouldn't feel guilty for going after something I'm passionate about. Because I think that we have that guilt ingrained, like, I shouldn't be doing the dishes. I should make you dinner every night. But I don't do that every night.
I don't either.
So I liked hers.
Ever.
Yeah, I like her book as well. And then Gary Keller, The One Thing, that's what I'm currently listening to. And I just write down quote after quote. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a highlighter. Do you listen to books more often than you physically do?
Yes, I listen. You're a reader, I can tell.
I love physical books. I like to see how far I've gone. I like the feel of books. I like to physically highlight, but it's not practical because I really don't. I have more time to sit and listen. So I have heard you use the Libby app.
No.
If you don't want to pay for books, there's an app called the Libby app, and it syncs with your library card. So if you have a library card, you put your library card number in, you can reserve audiobooks through the Libby app on your phone and listen for free. But they only have a certain number of copies like per library. So like my husband's on the wait list for 5 weeks for some book that he wants to read, but then you don't have to pay if you want them for free. So go get a library card, download the Libby app, and put in your number, and you can listen to them for free.
Libby app, L-I-B-B-Y. Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I just steal Dave's Audible account.
There you go. Or steal Dave's audio.
You're like, what's his love?
Yeah. What's your mother's maiden name?
Share yours though. What are your favorite
Oh, my favorite podcasts. I love Awesome with Allison also, and I like her business therapy one. She takes like somebody who's starting out and asks questions and will kind of critique them. I think that's awesome. As far as professional development goes, those are pretty... I'm trying to think if I even listen to other ones other than her. I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, true crime. It's just a hobby. I like that. Books, I read so many books. Right now I'm in like
Battery. Uh-oh.
Okay.
You got it.
What do I like to read? Now I'm really nervous. I like anything by Malcolm Gladwell. Outliers. My husband just read Blink, which was really good. He's got a brilliant mind. Anything by him. Somebody just told me about a book called When that I want to read. I haven't read it yet, but I looked it up and it's highly recommended. It's basically the philosophy that anything done earlier in the morning is more productive. They studied SAT scores. The same students perform better in the morning. They studied like court cases. Judges are more lenient in the morning. They're less patient throughout the day. Colonoscopies, doctors will find more polyps and be more attentive in the morning. So there's a lot of research behind doing things early in the morning. So that book is on my list. I really want to read it. I like the classics like 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I like The Secret. I like The Alchemist. These are all like classics that you just need to read. Oh, they're so good.
The Alchemist, that's an episode by Awesome with Allison.
Did she talk about it?
Yeah, she's a whole episode.
Hey guys, the camera died, but we were wrapping up anyway. The whole point is you're limited in your own mind. So if you're reading books and putting other people's ideas in your mind, it allows your mind to grow and develop new ideas you might not have ever thought of on your own, which can help scale you professionally and personally. So Nance, thanks for answering my questions. Be sure to check out the questions that we answer on her channel. Subscribe to us both. Nancy's launching her course. I don't know when you're going to watch this video. It's mid-January is when she's launching it. So go learn how to scale your ESL business recruiting and build your brand so you can scale your potential there. My podcast is the Betterish Podcast. Go subscribe and listen there. And stay tuned for more videos. Bye.